welcome to this full moon ceremony. This is so fun. Gina and I have switched roles from first quarter, and I am running the full moon ceremony, and Gina's taking the new moon ceremony. So this is going to be just full of new protocol, a new way of doing things. So those of you that have been with us before, you know and remember that the full moon really truly brings intense energies. It can bring up a lot of emotions. And this energy for this new moon in Libra, especially as I get into the astrology, you'll kind of hear a little bit more what I mean by that. This is a really great time for releasing. As the moon is full, she's at her peak and is now going to start disseminating and becoming closer to that new moon as we restart the cycle. So there's lots of things happening here, but what you need to know for this ceremony specifically is let's release and then just allow for some healing to take place. If you're not really sure or into like this whole new moon, full moon thing, just know that this is a time to take inventory of either what's not serving you anymore or what you'd like to draw and manifest into your life. So that's where we're going with these. So thank you for joining us. We're so happy and honored that you're here to be with us. So I'm going to just give you a moment to set the space. We are entering Libra, and this is a water sign, I believe. I'm going to have to actually.
Air sign.
Okay, what's that?
Air sign.
Air sign. So here's why I said water. We're going to go from air instantly into water. So imagine like you take that deep plunge off that cliff and you go from your, free falling in the air, and then you hit the water. That impact can be really rough and hard and kind of shocking to the system. That's what's going to happen here throughout this full moon. So you'll notice those energies start to shift and change in the next few days after the new moon. So I'm telling you this because when we get into air and water, it is really important to ground. So for today, I'm going to set my space with some Palo Santo. For me, Palo Santo is the most grounding of all of the medicines to burn and really clear the energies and clear the space. Sage can be a little bit lighter, where Palo Santo is just a little bit heavier, a little bit earthier. So just really wanting to clear the space with that. You set the space however you'd like. If you'd like to light some candles or some incense, that smells so good. I love that. All right. So as we begin to open the ceremony and set our intention, I'm going to open the ceremony in a very unique way that we haven't done yet, I don't think, on any of our ceremonies. And I'm going to call in the 4 directions. So we're really connecting back to our ancestors, connecting back to the indigenous way of being as we really root and anchor in the north, the south, the east, and the west, and with all the aspects that are connected to that. So I just invite you to find a comfortable seat and close your eyes. And just in your mind, just take a scan of what's happening in your life. What is weighing heaviest on your mind? What is weighing the heaviest within your heart space? And perhaps that's an area you'd like to set your intention around, knowing that we're releasing with the energy of this full moon. So if there's something that's really sticking with you and you just wake up thinking about it, you go to bed thinking about it, it is constantly in your mind, perhaps it's an opportunity here for you to release some of that, letting it go. And as you do that, you make space for something new to come in. Just find your breath. Once you've perhaps dialed in your intention, if you haven't, that can shift and change as we move our way through the ceremony. But now I invite you to watch the inhale as it comes in through the nostrils, passes back back past the vagus nerve, the throat, enters into the lungs. And then watch the air on the exhale as the lungs contract and bring the air past the vagus nerve, the tuning fork of the body, and out the tip of the nose. And while I open our space, I invite you to just stay with that breath, watching it travel in and out of the nose with your pace, with your energy. We call to the energy of the east, of the morning sun and the new day. Here lies the energy of spring and new beginnings. We call to the light that illuminates all. We invite eagle, hawk, mourning dove, and winged ones who fly close to the heavens. We welcome your insight and sharp vision. We invite the energy of dandelions and skunk cabbage. We welcome all of our ancestors and loved ones who dwell in this direction and ask that they join us and bless us for our full moon ceremony with the energies of the spirits of the East. Amen. We call to the energy of the South, inviting the noonday sun. We call to the direction of love, creativity, and energy, and welcome the spirit of action and growth. We invite coyote, mountain lion, deer, and all four-legged creatures. We welcome all of our ancestors and loved ones who dwell in this direction, and that you join us and bless us in this space with the energy and spirits of the South. Amen. We call to the energy of the West, to the healing waters, and to the place where the veil is its thinnest, to the evening and twilight energies. We call to the medicine direction and birthplace of emotion, to the gifts of healing. We invite owl, otter, salmon, and all creatures of the seas, lakes, and streams. We welcome flexibility, grace, and flow. We welcome all of our ancestors and loved ones who dwell in this direction and ask you to join us and bless this space with the energy of the spirits of the West. Amen. We call to the energy of the North, the earth that sustains us, the home of night, wisdom, and the dark hour, to the spirit of winter and the energy of rest and renewal. We welcome the wisdom and invite bear, buffalo, mouse, and welcome their gifts of generosity, the spirit of giving, and the spirit of story. We welcome all of our ancestors and loved ones who dwell in this direction and ask you to join us and bless this space with the energy of the spirits of the North. Amen. Just notice who shows up within your space. Notice the energies that fill your space in your room as we've asked all of Mother Earth, nature's beings to really be here with us and bless our ceremony. Notice any sensations in your body. Take one more inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Exhale, just leave the hands in the lap. And as you blink your eyes open, coming into and entering the sacred space, the ceremony here, full moon in April. Yay. So the card that I pulled, which is so perfect, which really truly connects us with the spirit energy of the East, as we talk about the birds, the hawks, the eagles, all the winged animals that fly higher, closer to source. It is the full moon in Sagittarius, which the card message is, look at the bigger picture. So really perfect message for this astrology, we'll say, for this full moon, which I'll explain here after I'm done reading the message of the card. Are you thinking too much about the details of your dilemma? Fretting over minutia can be counterproductive, or perhaps you're being all talk and no action. This card is a reminder that while it's good to think things through, sometimes you need to step back and look at the bigger picture. What do you then see about your current situation? What's the most positive thought you can have about it? Now is the time to count your blessings, even if you don't yet have exactly what you want. This card is also a reminder that we often have to take a few risks and go with uncertainty on this journey called life. Try to keep an open mind about what's for the best. The universe could surprise you. Take time out for a mini break or an adventure. And additional meanings for this card, maybe the situation may have come around because you've been distracted. Be confident without being overconfident to win the day. Have you shown that you care? If not, now is the time. And find a balance between speaking your mind and saying too much. So this teaching really is that the full moon in Sagittarius, which is not what we're in, but what the card is. So when we are reminded that life is an adventure and there's a big wide world to see beyond our backyard, it's about having fun and being prepared to sail into uncharted territory. Gina brought this up first quarter, and she talked about sometimes our ship has to lose sight of the shoreline and know that that's an adventure in and of itself. When you start stepping away from things that are uncomfortable, it pushes your comfort zone, and that's where we grow. It's where we learn. It's about big ideas versus the details. No matter when you draw this card, it encourages you to look at the bigger picture. So this is the last full lunation before we enter eclipse season. Now, not everyone knows what eclipse season means, so I'm going to share just a little snippet of what that is. I listened to this astrologer weekly. Her name is Anne Ortley. She's amazing. And she always says when we start getting closer to eclipse season, she goes, the eclipses are coming, the eclipses are coming.
That's all I think about. You say that they're coming, like the eclipses are coming.
Yes. And for some people, this is like, holy shit, the eclipses are coming, right? Like you think like Chicken Little, the sky is falling, but that's not the case. The eclipses bring, yes, big shifts and change, but also those big shifts and change can be so necessary for the trajectory of your life. So really open them and be open to them and embrace them with loving arms, because it could really take you to where exactly you're supposed to be in this life. Right now, as we enter into this full moon, even though this full moon may feel a little intense, more intense than others, this is truly the calm before the storm. And although this, like I said, this moon is not super calm, here's what's going on. Okay, so this full moon is actually also known as the pink moon. And it is called the pink moon because in North America, many of the pink flowers begin to bloom. In fact, I just saw this. I went on a hike a couple weeks ago, and as I was getting a little bit higher up on the trail, there were these like pink flowers that were peppering the sides of the trail. So as we're coming under this pink moon, it can have a tendency to turn on this like rosy hue, but also know that these pink flowers are starting to come, which is a beautiful sign that spring is on its way, even though it's snowing where I am today. This moon is set to be the catalyst for harmonious new beginnings. So again, just be really open to what those new beginnings are. And if you are the type of person, how I used to be, where you don't want to rock the boat, you don't want to disrupt the peace, you want to keep everything calm, it really is, you're really being asked to name your feelings, to speak them out loud, and to share your emotions. Because, and it's no matter what other people will say or think or do, it's your authentic truth. It's how you feel. It's how Your emotions are arising for you. And sometimes we just need to say it. Speak up, be you, despite the expectations of others. There's a gentleman in my life. He's an older gentleman. In fact, he'll be 88 next week. And he taught me about 6 years ago this very important lesson. It's none of your business what other people think of you. It only matters what you think of yourself. So if you can think of yourself wholly, fully, and embrace what you're feeling enough that you can say it out loud, you've reached another level up. You've reached another level of awareness of yourself and authenticity. It's so cool when you get there. Scary, but it's cool when you get there. Now, while, it's true, we need to expect that there's going to be heightened emotions. Now, notice, like, if this is true for you, this is also true for other people. So other people might be sharing, this is how I'm feeling. And maybe you don't enjoy what they're feeling. Maybe it hurts you a little bit. There might be some relationship drama. However, now is the time to discover a compromise that works for both so that you can move through the situation with grace. And there might be some appropriate negotiating that comes along with that. So just be open. Really, it's a time to be flexible. You may begin to discover some like ahas, and that can be related to your independence, maybe your codependency, or any partnerships that you have gotten involved in. Now, with all that being said, the positive part of all of this is all the planets are moving forward. So it's full steam ahead. We're all stepping forward. Nothing's in retrograde. We're not having to go back and like rehash anything. It's really moving forward. So as above, so below. The skies, the planets are moving forward, and so are we. So really, truly move forward with grace and as much authenticity as you are able to. Some organs that might be influenced by this full moon in Libra are the bladder, the kidney, the veins, and your pancreas. So really just offer some extra love and attention. Maybe you want to put some extra essential oils on your adrenal glands or the kidneys, or on your pancreas, as it's connected to your liver, which is this detoxifying. It's this releasing of toxins, and this is figuratively and emotionally speaking. So that is the energy that is being held within the sky this week with this full moon. Take that for what it's worth. Maybe it's just making a note of it, but whatever the case is, just know that that's there. And we have something new. I think we've only maybe done this once with Gina. So she's going to take us through some cord cutting. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, we are going to do a little cord cutting meditation before we do the forgiveness practice. And then today, instead of, we've been doing Tao blessings, I'm going to do some emotion code release. And that's why I was like, a card just popped out again. I barely touched them and one fell on the floor. So I've got the two that are going to be released first. So, but for now, just take a breath in, exhale with a sigh, and come into the present moment. Cord cutting meditations help you disconnect from negativity. Anytime you're feeling an unhealthy attachment that drains or overpowers your energy. So settle in, get cozy and comfortable in a position that you don't have to fidget or fiddle with yourself, just very comfortable. Let a deep and satisfying, peaceful level of relaxation begin to come over you every time you exhale. Give yourself this opportunity to breathe into the relaxation. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Take another belly breath in Inhaling through the nose and exhale through your mouth slower than your inhale. And imagine a beautiful ultraviolet column of light that feels strong, protective, and powerful coming over you from the universe above. This powerful blue light passes through you quickly and sharply, acting like a 360-degree knife, slicing every single cord that is attached to you during your day today or during this week. And as you see this column of light slash every single cord 360 degrees around you, you see these cords dissipate into the light, transmuting negative energy that's not serving you into something beneficial that the universe can work with. So imagine those cords just falling to the floor and dissolving into the light. As those cords have dissolved, you quickly pull out every single root of those cord attachments to your body and your energy field. You can imagine this in one fell swoop, where you magically pull out all of the cords at once and drop them to the ground. And as these cords drop to the ground, see them dissolve into the light, and they are transmuted as well. Now, see the roots of the other side of the cord falling out of whoever and whatever they were attached to. They're falling to the ground and dissolving into the light. Don't worry about seeing anything specific here. It doesn't matter who it came from or what happened. You don't even have to picture anything clearly. Just set your intention on the roots falling out from the other side of the cord and dissolving and transmuting into the light. And just trust that your intention is strong enough to make this happen. Now that you are free of all cords that were attached to you, go ahead and envision a radiant and sparkly white light form a bubble of protection around you. Surround every square inch of yourself in this white light. This light surrounds your entire body and is so bright it permeates through every single cell in your body. Know that this bubble of light will protect you from attracting any energies that do not serve you at your highest level tonight while you sleep or while you go about your day. You are fully protected now. Nothing negative can touch you. And you get to keep all of your energy in one place so that you wake up in the morning light and refreshed. Now that you are cord free and surrounded by this protective light, you can go about your day knowing and trusting that you are protected. You will not be absorbing anything from anyone else. Your energy is yours, and their energy is theirs. Take another couple deep breaths, exhaling and letting go of anything that's not serving you. And when you're ready, open your eyes.
Thank you, Gina. Amazing.
I want to say real quick, that is like a very great general cord cutting, just cutting everything. But if there's something specific, like maybe some of the things Rachel was talking about, that something specific came to mind, who or what situation you'd want to cut a cord with, a version of your past self, someone in your family. Now, that doesn't cut love between you, it refreshes your connection. So you're welcome to use this again, go back and, rewind 5 minutes or however long that was and set the intention to cut it between you and someone specific. But just know that it did get cut because we cut every single cord attachment all around you, because we're picking up energy cords with people at the grocery store and on the highway, and energy is energy and it just attaches like that. So I like that version because it's like, let's just cut everything so that you're fully protected. And it's like shutting off your phone and then turning it back on. It just runs better.
There's this book I'd like to share. Just if you're not sure what cords are, Denise Lynn is this amazing author. She is an Indigenous woman who has a multitude of books. I have a number of hers, but there's this one called Energy Strands. It's the ultimate guide to clearing the cords that are constricting your life. It's fabulous. So if you want to learn more about cords and cord cutting, here's a little bit deeper look into that book. I'll add a link in the email as well. Okay, so now it's time to forgive and truly time to release. So I would invite you to go ahead and get your journal. And I would recommend using the darkest color pen marker that you have as we move through some of these journaling prompts. Okay, so the first thing that I'd like you to write down is write down something that has happened in your life that you are finding a really hard time forgiving. It might be forgiving yourself, maybe it's a situation, or perhaps it's another person. So just take a few moments here and write down what happened in your life that you are maybe holding on to, that you're having a hard time forgiving.
I just had an aha moment. I'm not going to share, but like that's how fast this can start. When you start to see a pattern. Not about, I'm writing about a specific thing, but more about how it's making me feel. Rejection, not enough. Oh yeah, the story of my life. You know what I mean? It's never about the thing we think it is. It's always about the deeper triggers. So
I had the same, not same words, but same thing. As I was writing this, I was like, oh yeah, and that stems back to my childhood.
Yeah.
Fabulous. Okay, this is perfect. Let's release this shit. So
Yeah.
thanks for sharing that, Gina. I'll give you about another minute. And if you think you'll need more time than that, go ahead and just pause this video.
Oh my God. Sorry, I just had another one. Okay.
That's amazing.
Part of it is like the eczema. Victim of circumstance. It's ugly. Spoiler alert, one of the core negative beliefs we're going to release later is I am ugly.
Amazing.
Okay. Enough.
That's amazing. And those cards literally, I watched them fall out of the deck.
This is the first one that flew out was I am ugly.
It landed on the floor. This was before we were recording. She's like, oh, because we were talking about these cards that she just got for Emotion Code. And I was like, they're awesome. I've seen, like, she invited me into a clearing where they were being used. And I was like, that's so great. And then she's shuffling and flew out on the floor.
That's so
Make
funny.
this shit up.
So
okay. The next thing that I would invite you to write down in your journal are 4 emotions that come up for you when you think about this experience. There are hundreds of emotions that are out there. So just really think about, what does this situation or this person or this thing that's happening in your life, what emotions does that stir for you? And once you've been able to name the emotions, answer this question. Did this situation trigger feelings of low self-worth? And then once you've answered that question of if this situation or this person triggered feelings of low self-worth, the last part to this is I invite you to write down everything you'd like to say to them. Tell them how you feel, tell them what you're thinking, even though you may be too afraid to put it in paper or even just put it out into the universe. When we see it in real time, when we see it in tangible physical form, it starts to shift the energy for us. So write it down, knowing if you'd like, you can burn this fucker when you're done. And again, I'll just give you another minute or so. And if you need a little bit more time to write your message to the situation or people or person, go ahead and pause. And we're going to move into a Tao forgiveness practice. So this is going to take about 5 or so minutes. And I invite you to sit tall or stand because you're going to want to say this out loud. When we say this forgiveness practice out loud, it vibrates the vagus nerve, which then stimulates all the cells in the body. So anywhere in the body where you're holding on to this situation, it's going to start to shake it loose. So we can truly start to release that. And then when Gina enters in with the emotion code, some of that might be pulled out energetically from the body. And when we lay down and chant or say something, it actually reduces the chi, the energy in your body. So it's really, really important to be either seated nice and tall or to stand. So I just invite you now to close your eyes, place your hands over your heart. Take a nice deep inhale through the nose and just release, sigh it out the mouth. One more time like that. I will open with a Tao invocation just to put us into the field. Continuing following your breath. Dear Tao Source and Divine, dear all my spiritual fathers and mothers on Mother Earth and in all layers of heaven. Dear my heavens team, dear the heavens team of everyone watching this recording. Dear my Tao healing hands and all my Tao treasures, I love you, honor you, deeply respect and appreciate you. Please offer a Tao healing hands forgiveness practice as most appropriate for everyone here in this space. Thank you. We are so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Repeat after me. Inhale. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Inhale. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Inhale. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Imagine and just feel the vibration within your heart space as you repeat these words. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Now repeat this silently in your mind just for a few times, taking turns between the yin and yang energies, the masculine, the feminine. I will repeat out loud for you so that you have the correct words as you repeat this silently. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Bring love, peace, and harmony. Just feel the resonance, the vibration, the energy as it flows through the body, letting the forgiveness practice flow through every cell, every organ, every system, offering a big, bright clearing for the physical, emotional, mental, and energetic bodies. On your next inhale, bring your hands to prayer at heart center, gentle drop of the chin to the chest. And we repeat 3 times, thank you, thank you, thank you. Release your hands and go ahead and find your journal. Whenever we forgive or we release, there is now an empty space within our field. So it is now an opportunity to fill it with messages of gratitude so that when we begin to call in more things as we move closer to the new moon and we begin to manifest, we have that gratitude space already within us. So I invite you to just write down 3 to 5 things that you are grateful for right here, right now. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be connected to what you released. It can be literally, I am standing today, or I drank clean water today, or I have heat and electric, whatever it is for you. Write down 3 things that you are grateful for. And one thing that came up in my forgiveness practice was I didn't even know that this was there, but something that I needed to forgive that I hadn't written down came up. And if that ever happens, go with that, because that is your higher self telling you this needs to be released. So it's asking you and using the opportunity to its full advantage. And for me today, I forgave money and I forgave myself with my story around money. There's this coach I work with, and she has us write us had us write a love letter to money. Like it's your best friend. Think about it. Like we love it when it comes, but then we're mad at it that doesn't come enough, right? So if you did that to your best friend, she'd be like, bitch, I'm out. Like I can't handle this. So when we can find forgiveness around whatever it is, I'm just using that as an example because that's what came up. And we can forgive ourselves. We can forgive the situation or the item or whatever is happening. And now I just wrote down, I am grateful for money. I don't think I've ever said those words together. Duh, Gina, you get it.
It's funny because as you started talking about this, I had other things, but right when you were saying it, I mean, I have like 12, I was just like, I have so much to be grateful for. Money to have cool experiences with, money supporting me. And I don't know, did your coach do the, have you heard of the question, if money were your lover, would it want to have sex with you?
Oh my gosh, no, but it's similar. Yes.
And it's just like, how intimate are you with money? It's same thing. Are you treating it like, oh, happy when you're here, pissed when you're not here? Like, nobody wants to be in a relationship like that.
Exactly.
Where it's like, I can't leave for a day without all this drama and all that. And it's like, no, I'll just go somewhere else where I'm appreciated.
Yeah. Exactly. Yes. So true.
That's so cool. Okay, so all right, that's done. We are going to release a couple things with emotion code. The first thing coming up, the core belief. So this is a deep subconscious belief that you might not consciously think, but on some level you do think it. And this is, I am ugly. Is there more we need to know to release this? Is this an inner child belief? This is an inner child belief for all of us in this collective. Is there more we need to know to believe this? To release this? No. So clear, cleanse, and release the core belief, I am ugly, across all time, space, dimension, and reality for this collective with love and gratitude. I am ugly is released. Okay, the second one that popped out is a subconscious belief, a core belief, I am useless. Is there more we need to know about this belief? Yes. Is this an inner child belief? Is this inherited? So this is inherited from either our mom or dad. Is it the same parent for everyone in this collective? Is it from the mom? We all inherited this on our dad's side. Yeah, that checks out. Okay, is there more we need to know to release this? Clear, cleanse, and belief, the core belief, I am useless for all generations across all time, space, dimension, and reality. I am useless is released. That's released. If we inherited it from our parents and you have a kid, there's a chance that your kid inherited it from you. And if you're a grandparent, and so on and so forth. When we clear these inherited beliefs in us, it clears all the way up and down the line. Also, anything that we clear in you, your kid could have inherited. So we always want to clear that. All right. Is there anything else that needs to be released from this collective today? Do a little different shuffle. I like it when they pop out. Is there anything else that needs to be released from this collective? There is. It's in here and I'll find it. Is it a broadcast message? A core belief? A no will to? No will to respect self. And no will to energy happens when we are imbalanced in some way and we lose the will to do something, even if it's temporarily. So we can sometimes lose our own self-respect temporarily. Maybe we have it back now, but that energy is still within us on some level. Is there more we need to know about no will to respect self? Is this an inner child belief? Also inner child. So I would say picked up, trapped, before age 12, but could even be in the teenage years. It says before age 12. No, teenage years for sure. So between like 12 and 18. Is there more we need to know to release this? Clear, cleanse, and release. No will to respect self from this collective with love and with gratitude. All right, that's released. I feel like there's one or two more here. Oh boy. A lot just popped out. Okay. Does this need to be released? Does this need to be released? Core belief, I am plain and dull. This needs to be released. Is there more we need to know to release it? Nope. Clear, cleanse, and release the core belief, I am plain and dull across all time, space, dimension, and reality. And replace it with unconditional love and gratitude. I am dull is released. Okay. Does this broadcast message need to be released? No. No. This need to be released. I am no good, a core belief. Is there more we need to know to release this? No. Clear, cleanse, and belief the clear, cleanse, and release the core belief, I am no good across all time, space, dimension, and reality. This is released. Do we need to replace it with a new core belief? We do. We're going to replace it with, I am unconditionally good. Meaning I don't need to prove that I'm good or do that, this and that to show you that I'm good. I just am good. I'm good because I am. Why are you giving me that look?
Gina, I'm just going to read this to you. This makes me feel like I am the bad guy or doing something wrong. What the fuck?
Yeah, I have a lot of that too.
Oh my God, that's amazing. How fitting.
Okay, so we're going to install the new core belief, I am unconditionally good for this collective with love and with gratitude across all time, space, dimension, and reality. I am unconditionally good is now installed. All right, that's a new core belief. Just a few more here. Does this broadcast message need to be released? Does this core belief need to be released? I am stupid, core belief. Is there more we need to know to release this? Is this inner child? So this is an inner child belief, something that's been with us on some level for a very long time. Is there more we need to know to release this? Clear, cleanse, and release the core belief, I am stupid across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Replace it with love and gratitude. That's released. Does this core belief need to be released? Does no will to need to be released? Okay, two more. The next one is no will to, and it's no will to believe in the divine. And you might be thinking like, I'm here, aren't I? Like, I believe in the divine enough, but I mean, like I don't want to say it's not my eczema, it's just eczema that's on my hands. Like I'm not owning it. I've the hardest times we can sometimes lose the will to believe in the something bigger, or why is this happening to me, and I don't deserve this, and all that. Is there more we need to know to release this? Is this an inner child belief? Okay, also inner child. So if you've ever been ashamed of like being at something like a moon ceremony, or you have crystals, but you kind of hide them when family comes over. Is there more we need to know to release this? No. Release no will to believe in the divine across all time, space, dimension, and reality with love and gratitude. It's released. And then the last, whoa. The last one is a broadcast message, and this is a frequency that gets trapped in our subconscious mind, and then it gets sent out like a radio tower, a broadcast message, and other people's subconscious minds hear it and react to it, even though consciously they're not. Like our subconscious is 95% running our life, and we're only 5% conscious. So this broadcast message can cause you to attract people, events, situations that you would rather not, because you're putting out a signal that says, reject me, which was literally one of the things I wrote down, like feeling rejection, unworthy, not good enough. So if I'm putting out a signal of reject me and I'm feeling super rejected by certain people, this could be why. So let's release that. Hopefully this is resonating for everyone. Clear, cleanse, and release the broadcast message, reject me, across all time, space, dimension, and reality, and replace it with unconditional love and unconditional gratitude. Okay, that's released, and we can install a new broadcast message. What's the highest, what message is in the highest truth and good for all to be installed? Love me. Yeah, love me. So we're going to install the new broadcast message, love me unconditionally, across all time, space, dimension, and reality. Love me unconditionally is installed. Yay.
Yay.
This was very aligned, very good today, as they all are.
Yes. Oh my gosh, amazing. Thank you, Gina. So as we prepare to close our ceremony today, I just want to mention, if you take a look at your Transform Your Life with the Phases of the Moon worksheet, just as it talks about the full moon, I
just want to say that only members have that.
Yes, thank you. Yes.
So if you're getting the single ceremony, you don't have this, but you can get it next time when we open up the membership. Okay.
Yes, for third quarter. Exactly.
You can buy it, I guess.
Yes, totally. And if you'd like to purchase that, just reach out. You can send me an email and I will get you connected. Okay, so the full moon energy, it's make or break time. And this phase begins 15 to 18 and a half days after the new moon. And some keywords for this phase are results, forgiveness, and gratitude. Things often come to a head, at this point. So it's like that moon reaches its full culmination of its light. And this is why I learned this in yoga, that at the new moon, the energy starts at our feet. And as the energy of the moon starts to build towards the full moon, the energy in our body starts to rise, and we hit that full moon and we're full of energy. So this is why, like, if you work in schools or different things like that, you feel the energy. Like the New York bus drivers, the whole New York bus transit system is guided by when the full moons are, because they know it's going to bring out some crazy shit. They're going to see some things on the buses. So just be aware. If one of your wishes is to come true, it may very well manifest at this time, as this is that make or break time. Think the best things you can about whatever your desires are. And you may, like I said, feel wound up with some extra energy. And this is truly the yang part of the cycle, where you might find your feelings and your emotions are just out there for everyone to see. Release, forgive, so that you are now a clear channel for the next new moon, which we will see you at in a couple weeks. And just some options for you to really complete this ceremony full circle. 1, charge your tools. So you can take any of your crystals, You can even take any of your tarot or oracle decks and place them under the energy of the full moon. This is a great moon to place a glass of water. Make sure that it is in glass under the energy of the full moon, and you can then drink that the next morning. I did learn that if you put water out on an eclipse full moon, that it's going to actually retrograde or kind of pull you back a little bit. So we're still under the just regular lunation. So totally fine to charge your water. You can even use full moon water to water your plants or just dump it on you when you shower, cleanse the energy, whatever you want to do with that. If you wrote down something that you really truly feel is still, maybe there's a little gripping yet, I would take that sheet of paper out of your notebook, grab a bowl or head outside and burn that fucker up. Let it go. You really allow it to come back into the earth. And then,
Yes, when you burn it, because we love to see the burning ceremony.
yes.
So take a picture, post it online, tag us.
Tag us. Totally. Yes. I know. Thank you. You're so good at remembering that. Yes, when you burn your list, it's just powerful and it shows other people like it's just simple, right? Like this is just simple work. And then just something to consider that in about 3.5 to 7 days, you really want to take some time to just focus on your breath, find some time to relax. There's been a lot of energy that it will be expended between now and the disseminating moon, which is in that 3.5 to 7 days. So it might be tempting for you to kind of fall into this slump, like, there's all this energy and it's make or break. And did my manifestations come true? And they did. Oh my God, this is so exciting. And then you crash. But if you, instead of crashing, take the time to breathe and connect, you're really going to flow better with the energy of the moon as you prepare for what's coming when we enter that new moon. So yeah, I just want to invite us all to, as we close the ceremony, just bring your hands to prayer at heart center, sit nice and tall. And just let the eyes fall closed as we give our gratitude to all the energies of the four directions, the animals of the air, land, and water, the plants, and all of our ancestors that joined us here today during our full moon ceremony. We are grateful for your presence, your wisdom, and your loving energy. Thank you. I say how. How means good, get better, good health, well-being. Gong Sung, Gong Sung, Gong Sung. Gong Sung is simply offering spiritual courtesy to all the souls that joined us. And it means simply return to your humble abode. Letting all the ancestors, all the souls that came in, go back to where it is they reside as we show gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bring your thumbs to your forehead, your third eye. Just notice any messages or thoughts of awareness that cross the mind. And on your exhale, release your hands into your lap. Welcome back to your space and your day. So beautiful. Thank you so much for being here, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye.